following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
It's time for the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament, which is brought to you by Trips Flooring, Van Meter 9 and the Sycamore at Stonebridge, Queen Dental, Reed's Distributor, Tobin's Country Catering, TRG Services, Valley Health, Hagerstown Ford, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Chevy and Toyota dealerships of Martinsburg, WVU Medicine, Cody's Auto Body, Parsons Ford, the Mansion Freddie Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Modern Realty Results, the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Orsini's Home Store, Burke Schultz, Harmon and Jenkinson, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, Mother Shuckers, the Skinner Law Firm, the Mirius Group, Rocks, and the Palace Lounge. Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park for the nightcap of Day 1 of the West Virginia State American Legion Baseball Tournament. Here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, fourth game of the day. Opening ceremonies have been commenced before this one, before the teams took the field for warm-ups. And now we're ready for the host team to play their first game, the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, acting as the away team for this one. They'll bat in the top of each inning, taking on the Morgantown Post 2 team, which has been a powerhouse this year. 28-5 on the year. Berkeley Post 14 coming in at 18-10 on the season. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you on the call for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Nick, we've seen three really good games today. A lot of great pitching performances. A lot of teams throwing out some of their best pitchers on the mound today, and I don't think it'll be any different in this last one.
I mean, this is really the premier game of the tournament in some ways because Morgantown is, just been a powerhouse this season, and Post 14 is the defending state champions. I believe these two teams met in the state championship last year. They met, I think, even in the regionals as well, possibly, or at least they were both there with Morgantown being the host. So for Post 14, Post 2, this is a rivalry. This is a big game. And the last time Morgantown lost to a team in the state of West Virginia was when they lost right here in Martinsburg to Post 14, 2-1 on Saturday, June 15th. Overall, they haven't lost a game since Sunday, June 23rd. They've just been absolutely rolling, coming to this one on a 17-game win streak. They have been clearly the class of American Legion baseball, but Berkeley Post 14 is the team that beat them 2 out of 3 times this year, I do believe. So, with that being said, you kind of feel like the Hornets have a great chance. I mean, at least these two teams play each other well, but they have not met this season with it not being a woodbat tournament, since the only time they met was up at Morgantown's place for the woodbat, and then they met here for the woodbat. So that's something to consider as well. But Berkeley Post 14 got the best of Morgantown on June 15th, 2-1, and they got the best of them as well in their first game against Morgantown, 6-1. So they've proven an ability to keep this offense in check with the woodbats now. Things have obviously changed they've only played twice, I believe. So my bad on that one. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, no, they did beat Berkeley Post 14 on Sunday, June 9th. So they've played 3 times. Hornets have won 2. Morgantown's won 1. And it's been a great series. And again, they haven't met, though, outside of woodbat tournaments. So should be interesting. And should be a really good game. And for this to be their first matchup of the tournament, it certainly sets things up. Now, the loser of this game, does play Wellsburg, who is a team that only won 4 regular season games. So you feel like the team that loses will still advance and go pretty far, but nothing is guaranteed. And Wellsburg proved that in their area tournament, beating Parkersburg. So, yeah, this should be fun. Should be great baseball. This is probably the biggest rivalry, I would say, in Legion we have because of these two teams over the last few years having some great games.
And one thing that is notable for Post 14 is in their tune-up game in between the area tournament and the state tournament. Carson Buber sustained an injury, and he's out. He's out for this tournament. He's in the dugout right now on crutches. So
that's a huge blow.
They won't have him. And that's going to be huge for them, as you said. He was great in the area tournament. He's been probably their most reliable pitcher and a great bat in the order. So it'll take some stepping up from some other names, perhaps, to get by Morgantown and to just complete the repeat of the state championship. But
yeah, I mean, they're going to miss him in both categories, on the mound and at second base or shortstop. It limits your versatility, I think, in the infield slightly. You do have Cam Moore, who can move from outfield to second, so he's probably just going to be your second baseman throughout this tournament because you don't have a lot of great other options. Shortstop, you could flip Oviedo over there, and you can maybe try Sifford or somebody at third, but it does get a little tough without Buber being in the lineup because, I mean, obviously the mound presence and what he brings as a pitcher is great, but not having him in either pitching or hitting or defensively, I think, is honestly where you're going to miss him maybe the most, even though he has been a great pitcher, because you have other pitchers. You have like 7-8 guys you can turn to. Obviously, you'd love to have Buber, but you'll be okay, I think, on the mound. But not having him defensively is really, I think, where it gets tough for this team because that's where they're kind of limited is with their infielders. You may have some of those guys that are POs have to turn the gloves or grab the gloves and play the field a little bit.
I can just tell you, Nick, looking at the available reserves for Post 14, Caleb Fletcher. Think of him as a pitcher. Riley Morgan, pitcher. Michael Poltar, left fielder and catcher. Jason Myers, pitcher. Jacob Losser, pitcher. That's it. So with that, we'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you starting lineups, and we'll be ready for first pitch. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
True. Hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free?
Dude.
Sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
I like the layout of the course very much. I think it challenges the low handicappers and is very playable for the mid and high handicappers.
All different levels can play on this course.
I think it challenges you from the get-go.
And the first tee program here is one of the best, if second to none. It is the best in the state of West Virginia.
The men have a league, the women have a league, the kids have things going on. Like, it really is kind of the whole package here at Locust Hill. Everybody's very welcoming.
Love the folks here that play golf, but a lot of great relationships and friendships with people here.
Sometimes you can only judge a course by their members. We have a great core membership here.
I was able to build some fantastic relationships here, and that's why I've been here for 30 years. When you join any club, you're joining to play golf, but you're really paying for the experience. And the experience here at Locust I found to always be a good time and a fun affair.
To schedule a tee time, become a member, or see upcoming events, visit www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call us today at 304-728-7300.
Starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009. Top of the first inning, we'll see post 14, the Hornets come up to bat. Their lineup looks like this. In center field, leading off, it'll be number 7, Jordan Canby. Batting second at second base, number 9, Cam Moore. Batting third, J.J. Pavanelli, shortstop, number 2. In the cleanup spot, it's number 11, Braden Oviedo, playing third base. In the 5 spot, it's Landon Sifford, number 4, the catcher. In the 6 spot, it's number 14, Christian Alter, in right field. 7 spot, it's left fielder, number 6, Cole Lewis. Designated hitter, number 3, Owen Rupenthal, bats 8th. And rounding things out in the 9 spot, it's first baseman, number 1, Jet Gross. And on the other side, Morgantown post 2 will lead off with center fielder number 3, Gunnar Riley. Then it'll go Wenkai Campbell, left fielder number 8. In the third hole, it'll be shortstop number 21, Cody Thomas. Then in the cleanup spot, Tommy Montague, number 22, their designated hitter. Batting 5th, first baseman number 18, Caleb Cottle. Then it's Dylan Travinsky, third baseman number 13, batting 6th. Batting 7th, second baseman number 2, Jet Walters. In the 8th spot, it's catcher number 5, Max Cash. And then rounding things out is right fielder number 7, Gabe Templeton. Our pregame show was brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Taking the field first, Morgantown post 2. Starting pitcher, be Tristan Millick. Starting catcher, Max Cash. That's there. Starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. You can call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Yeah, so a little bit weird here. Berkeley post 14 is going to be the away team. Morgantown the home team. For this first matchup between the two. Post 14, of course, will take their dugout down the third base side. Post 2 over there on the first base side. But besides that, I mean, this is, I think going to be what you expect between these two teams. A great game. You see with Boober out, Jordan Canby back in the leadoff hole. And he started to heat up in that area tournament. He swung a really good bat in the 9 spot. Now, it's kind of, maybe that's partially why you move him back up, partially as well. With Boober being out, you just want to just have like your top guys at the top of that order. But moving Canby back up might hurt some things for the offense because even though he's swinging a good bat, not having him to carry the lineup back to the top could change some things. It's a little bit of a different post 14 lineup, but I mean, Canby's definitely a guy that's comfortable in this leadoff spot. He's able to get a hit here or get on, and then you get Cam Moore and some of these other guys going. It could be, some good offense for Berkeley post 14. So looking forward to seeing this matchup, and we could see these teams again on Monday for the state title. I wouldn't be surprised.
Very well could. First pitch is good. Hey, have you ever seen this before? Jordan can be hit by a pitch.
Well,
it's
a good omen.
We're playing the hits early.
It's a good omen for post 14. And, I mean, definitely, once he got hit by a pitch the other day, that's when post 14's offense got going, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, our first pitch is brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or 304-263-4343. Cam Moore steps in. His first pitch is a ball outside. Second pitch from Millick is outside for ball 2. Our weather at first pitch, 81 degrees, 63% humidity. Feels like 82. 3-mile-per-hour winds. Rain came through earlier, delayed the last game by about maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. They got the field cleared off pretty quickly, and then we're ready to go, and now we should be good for the rest of the tournament, I believe.
Right. Our cameras sure didn't appreciate the rain, but
I think they'll be all right long term, but they're going to be out for this game on the IR.
Yeah,
and we don't have like a Connor Norby camera to call up and put out there and still perform at a high level.
True. 3-1 count to Cam Moore now. Pitch from Millick is going to be hit the other way towards shortstop and past Cody Thomas into the hole and into left field for a single.
Well, this is a great start. I mean, you can be on with the hit by pitch. Moore just rips one through that 5-6 hole opposite way. He's a great bat, so you expect that from Cam Moore in that 2-hole. Now J.J. Pavanelli, who I don't know if he's hit up this high in the lineup. We've seen him a lot of that 4-5 spot, but again, no boomer, so he bump everybody up a little bit. Pavanelli has been a huge RBI guy for this team.
He'll take the first pitch high for a ball. Our weather was brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. Top of the first, brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880.
If you're wondering why we didn't go on the air until 7:35 or 7:30-ish, it's because of the opening ceremonies. So we had that in between, kind of like the Olympics. You have a few events beforehand, and then you get the opening ceremony.
Yep, I assume that the weather delay sort
for
of
sure
more so. It might have started at around 6:20 instead of 6:40 had it not been for the rain. That last game was going pretty quick before that delay. Pavanelli hits some on the ground towards shortstop. Cody Thomas has to come in, fire to first, and he'll get the out just barely. But that'll be the only out they get, and the runners advance to second and third.
Well, that was a great play by the shortstop Thomas there as it hits off that mound and then takes kind of a weird bounce, and he read it perfectly off the bat. Does put two runners in scoring position for Berkeley post 14 with runners on second and third, so see what Oviedo can do here.
He's their cleanup hitter. Looking to clean up the runners out there on the bases, bring them in.
Runners on second and third, just one out here, Dylan. So
first pitch to Oviedo will be outside for ball.
Good opportunity, like you said, here to put some runs up on the board. Give Connor Chansey a lead. We know Chansey went into Morgantown and pitched a gem early in the year. So he gets up for this kind of game.
And this is going to be a base hit just past the glove of Thomas and up the middle into center field. One run will score. Here comes Cam Moore to the plate. It's cut off and sliding in for the second of two RBIs for Oviedo. It's Cam Moore giving the post 14 Hornets a 2-0 lead.
Great baseball. Yeah, Oviedo coming through with the hit there. Moore and Camby. If you get those two guys on at the top of your order, you're going to have a good chance to score because they got a ton of speed. So that's perfect for Berkeley post 14. You're going to have Landon Sifford come to the plate now, just one out. And he had a tough area tournament, so you hope he can bounce back, or at least a tough end to the tournament in that championship round against post 64.
He'll take the first pitch that he sees for a strike.
But you jump on Morgantown 2-0 early. And just one out, so big inning could be coming.
0-1 from Millick will bounce. Can't get Sifford to chase.
And we know the Hornets have the ability to break out offensively, but it feels like at times this year the offense has been a little bit sluggish.
And the 1-1 won't find the zone. Makes it 2-1.
2-1 count here.
Millick will give a look over to Oviedo at first. Now comes to the plate. And Sifford will watch this one go by high for ball 3.
Good at-bat here from Sifford. Worked it to a 3-1 count. Got ahead. Catcher's going to come out, speak to the pitcher a little bit. And you got Oviedo down there at first. Decent speed on the base pass. But again, this is a very much a contact-hitting speed team. Sifford hit the only home run this team had all season, so they're not going to hit the ball out of the park, most likely, but they'll hit for contact. They'll advance runners. They'll lay bunts down.
3-1 from Sifford. He'll foul back. Christian Alter on deck for the Hornets. Oviedo takes his lead from first. 3-2 is high. Landon Sifford draws a one-out walk, puts runners on first and second.
Lineup turns over now or moves down, I guess I should say, to Christian Alter, who kind of joined the team a little bit late in terms of playing a lot of games for Berkeley post 14, but Alter had a great season for Martinsburg and For the Hornets, his bat has struggled a little bit, but this is only his 11th game, so hasn't had a whole lot of action. 250 batting average.
First pitch to him will be hit foul over towards the softball field here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Defensively, Morgantown looks like this from left to right in the infield. It's Dylan Travinsky at third, Cody Thomas at short, Jet Walters at second, Caleb Cottle at first, and outfield left to right is Wenkai Campbell, Gunnar Riley, Gabe Templeton, Max Cash behind the plate, Tristan Millick on the mound. Here's the next pitch to Alter, hit down the line towards first base and off the glove of Caleb Cottle. Coming around third and heading home is Oviedo. He will easily score. No play at any base. And Alter's going to be able to get the second base on the throw into the infield. RBI double for Alter. Make it 3-0.
Well, that's just Christian Alter doing what he does. Smack the ball into right field, get himself a double. That's his second double with the Hornets. Only his third RBI, but we know he's capable of being a big bat in this lineup. So
still only one out. Brings Cole Lewis, the left fielder, to the plate. 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks already. They're really getting to Tristan Millick, who will get in a strike to start the at-bat to Lewis.
I mean, just to compare, Alter hit .412 for Martinsburg this year.
Another foul ball. Alter really was kind of the RBI machine. Him and Oviedo for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they were top 2 in the team, 41 and 40. Ovi had 41, Alter had 40. So you may not think that with all the other guys on that team, but yeah, they were top 2.
0-2 from Millick. Bounces. First ball. So far, so good without Carson Buber in the lineup. Post 14's bats are alive early before Connor Chansey even has a chance to come to the mound in the bottom of the first. He's already got 3 insurance runs. And Lewis swings foul. I think that ball on the swing might have actually hit off his shoulder and not or his elbow and not even the bat.
Yeah, I think it did, but I mean, he liked it out of the hand and took a healthy cut at it, but yeah, it did kind of run inside, so Lewis appears to be all right, though.
1-2. Breaking ball, too high. Ball 2. 7th batter of the inning. Tristan Millick has faced. 2-2, bounces away, and Sifford's going to stay at third, even though the ball bounces away from Max Cash.
I mean, we know, obviously, Morgantown's got probably a ton of arms on this team, but if you can play these 2 guys as well as what you've already done so far, go up 5-0 in the first.
3-2, fouled off by Lewis, so he'll see another payoff pitch.
You're not only going to probably see a different pitcher, but you may even throw off Morgantown's rotation for the rest of this tournament. So,
definitely. 3-2, swing and miss. Into the glove of Max Cash. I think Cash, for a second, thought that was the third out. It's only the second. But Lewis goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Millick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if he worked his way out of it here, just because you don't expect a 5-run first inning.
Check swing by Rupenthal. Didn't go around. Starts the at-bat with a ball. Now the 1-0. That'll bounce for ball 2.
Obviously, there's still a ton of baseball left to be played. We know Morgantown's offense can certainly work their way back into the game. But like we said, these teams haven't faced each other outside of woodbat tournaments. So it's a lot easier and a lot different when you get rid of the woodbat.
Millick a 2-0. Just clipped, foul ball.
Ball's going to be hit harder. Ball's going to travel farther usually, especially at this level. I mean, at any level it would, but there's a reason why they use the wood bats in the majors, obviously.
2-1 outside, ball 3. Already a 3-run top of the first for post 14. 2 runners in scoring position to try to add on here with 2 outs. Rupenthal at the plate, 3-1 count. Here's a pitch from Millick. And that's low, ball 4, bases loaded.
And all of a sudden, Gross is coming up. It's been a big inning. Jet Gross has been really solid this summer. He's been a good kind of slash hitter in the lineup.
Looks like we'll get a mound visit.
Gross this is his 42nd at-bat, 317 if he's able to make it an at-bat, I guess. But 317 batting average for this team, 972 OPS, 509 on-base percentage. So that's the real key number there. If you're getting on over 50% of the time, you have 41 at-bats. You'll definitely take that. And really this whole team, 4.51 on base, it's very solid. Even above solid, you'd say it's pretty great. So, again, the power numbers aren't really there, just one home run. But they'll get on and they'll manufacture those runs. And here, bases loaded, walk, scores a run. So anything here out of Jet Gross is what you're hoping to be a productive at-bat.
First pitch to Gross is in for a strike. Jet Gross certainly already wins cleats of the game in my mind with the replica Jordan 1 Chicago cleats. This one runs inside to even the count at 1-1.
We do need a swag of the game award.
Those are the cleats I always choose in Madden or MLB The Show if it's an option. And this ball runs in and hits him. With the bases loaded, Tristan Millick hits Jet Gross and walks in the fourth run of the inning.
And, what is Morgantown going to do here? It looks like they're going to send somebody to the pen, I think. At least I thought somebody was walking down there. Maybe not.
I think there's definitely some motion.
Here we go.
There they go. Number
25, I think, is throwing, and 23 is catching for him. So
it'd be Judd Mesterly. So looks like he'll get ready as ball one comes in to Jordan Canby for his second at-bat of the inning.
Yeah, you hope you can at least get through this inning.
And he's hit softly on the ground. He's a fast guy. Can he get there? Slides in. Out at first. So he can't continue the inning. Slid head first in the first base, which, of course, was proven to actually be the slower way to do it. So he should have just ran through. But he may have been out either way. Good play at second base for Jet Walters. But post 14, top of the first inning, puts up 4 runs. Connor Chansey have to feel great as he comes to the mound for the first time. Well, we'll take a 60-second break and be back with more American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
It'll be Connor Chansey starting things out for this state tournament. On the mound for the post-14 Hornets. Landon Sifford behind the plate in the bottom of the first. Brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. Post-14 gives Chansey 4 runs of insurance before he even throws a single pitch. So already a huge hole for Morgantown post-2 to dig themselves out of.
Yeah, for Berkeley post-14 here, doesn't get much better than a 4-0 lead. Obviously it does, but Connor Chansey, got to love that, and he loves pitching against this Morgantown team. So
first pitch in is a ball to the leadoff hitter, Gunnar Riley.
And I think the reason why I say that is not so much that, as that one misses outside, that he thinks like he's going to dominate or anything like that. But it's just a team that he gets up for because he knows it's great competition.
2-0 from Chansey is outside. So still trying to settle in this first at-bat. It's Chansey. 3-0 start. And he'll wind and fire. And throwing the bat towards the dugout, but having to come back is Riley as the 3-0 does get across the outside corner.
Yeah, the last game between these two teams, the June 15th victory for Post 14, a 2-1 win.
And that's another one. Fastball on the outside corner. Again, this time Riley thought better of throwing the bat before he was totally certain.
It went extra innings.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball.
And Connor Chansey went 7 2/3 of one-hit baseball with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. So he certainly wants the ball in this spot against Morgantown, and he pitched great in that game. So we'll see what he can do in this one.
Here's a short chopper coming in from shortstop Pavanelli. Throw to first, and they're going to say Rubenthal stretching out to grab that one.
I think that's Gross.
Yes, you're right. Jet Gross stretching out to get that one. Pulled his foot off the bag.
Obviously, umpire has a better look than I do. I thought he had that foot still there, but maybe I just didn't have a great
so
look,
too.
But Tripp's at least coming out and speaking to the home plate umpire about it, maybe.
So I guess you'll have to rule that E6. The throw from Pavanelli bringing Jet Gross off the base.
Yeah, unless you're saying that the throw didn't really cause him to go off, and then I guess you could blame
Gross did have to
but
stretch pretty much as far as he could without doing a full-on split, which that would have hurt. Here goes the runner. Foul ball off to the first base side.
Well, I mean, he might be able to do a split. Some men can.
Yeah, that's true. Don't know for certain that he can't.
We'd have to ask him.
It'd be good. He's playing the right position if he can.
That's true, yeah. I mean, again, Gross didn't play a whole lot of first, if any, this spring, of course, with Surf Guerra over there. But
I know if I were coaching, that's the question I'd ask on my team. Who here can do the splits? If so, you're playing first.
Yeah, usually it's,
0-1. Soft ground ball over to third. They'll try to turn 2 or at least get the force out. The lead runner, the Oviedo, does get Gunnar Riley before he can get to second base.
Yeah, Ovi knew it had to be quick, so he got it out there quick. Cam Moore made a good play over there at second base.
So it's a 5-4 fielder's choice for the first out.
I'm talking about Moore not playing a son of second. Usually, either a catcher or an outfielder, but he's played a lot of second this year, and I think he played it a little bit at Washington, but it certainly wasn't his primary position. Might have even played some shortstop. He's a good athlete.
And almost getting the pickoff at first base, Chansey. All of Post 14 and this side of the stands thought that they did get him, but ruled safe.
The entire county thought he got him.
Right.
Even in Jefferson County, they might have thought about it.
There's another try, but Gross can't keep this one in the glove.
Since we do, of course, have some Jefferson County representation here on Berkeley Post 14.
True. Like the right side of the infield.
Yeah. Was that the right side or the left side?
It's our right. They're left. Another pickoff try.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking of Pavanelli, but yeah, you're right about Oviedo not being, of course.
Yeah, Pavanelli too. So
most of the infield, or half.
Well, Cam Moore, Washington High School product.
Right, you got Moore, Pavanelli, and Gross, and then the rest is Berkeley with Chansey, Sifford, and Oviedo.
As we were distracted, Gunnar Riley stole second base.
This is important stuff, Dylan, where people are from.
That's true. They're the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, but we have to make sure Jefferson County is given their due. And there's a pass ball, or call it a wild pitch as it bounced between the legs of Landon Sifford, allows Riley to get up to third base. So now is the runner on third with one out for Morgantown Post 2. And it's a 2-0 count. Now make it 3-0 as Cody Thomas watches this one go outside. Chansey readies. And here's the pitch. Ball 4. Connor Chansey having a tough time finding the zone early on here in the first inning.
Yeah, it's definitely been a little bit of a struggle for Connor. You'd like to see him, he can still get out of this inning with no damage here, or at least minimal damage. But he does have a nice 4-0 cushion, so you just hope that this inning is, they don't come back and cut it in half, because then it would kind of feel like your early lead, while it still would be significant of 2 runs, it would feel, obviously a little bit less significant. So
first pitch strike to Tommy Montague.
I think it's just going to take him a little bit to settle in, obviously. Been probably a little bit since Chansey's pitched in a game.
0-1. Breaking ball, too low.
Since I think Riley Morgan pitched and Jet Gross and I think Rupenthal pitched on Sunday against the Blue Sox. So, for a lot of these guys that didn't pitch in that area tournament, it's been a little bit.
The 1-1 finds the zone for strike 2.
But I would guess Jason Myers is probably who they're going to turn to for their second game of the tournament. And then their hope, if they can make the States, is be able to pitch Chansey, of course, on Monday. And after Myers, with no Boober, maybe Riley Morgan would be your next option, I would guess. That's, of course, if you don't need any bullpen.
A high fly ball to left field. Underneath it is Cole Lewis. He makes the catch. Tagging up and coming home is Gunnar Riley. So, RBI sac fly. The cleanup hitter, Tommy Montague, makes it 4-1. So cutting into the lead a little bit. Here's Morgantown. But you get the second out if you're post 14. Now just a runner on first.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Caleb Cottle.
Brings up Caleb Cottle, the first baseman. He'll look at ball 1. Start the at-bat.
Yes, if that only that one run comes across on the sac fly, if that ends up being the case here for Chansey, still feel good about this first inning.
The 1-0. This is a line drive to right field, but it's right at Christian Alter for out number 3. So Connor Chansey takes a second to get things settled in. Allows 1 run to come in, but still a 3-run lead for post 14 as we head to the second inning. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with more American Legion baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwd.com.
Top of the second inning on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit BurkeandSchultz.com. We play hardball. 4-1. Berkeley post 14 through one whole inning. Connor Chansey able to get through a little bit of a rocky start in the first, but only gives up one run and then gets out of it. So that'll bring up Cam Moore, lead off the top of the second, already with his second at bat. As they really were able to get to Tristan Millick on their way to a 4-run first inning. First pitch comes in for a ball.
Yeah, Cam Moore, obviously great bat. Had a great career at Washington. He's been good at Fairmont State in his freshman season, so coming off of that.
Check swing. Didn't go. 3-0 count. Already 40 pitches for Tristan Millick.
Just always a tough out. So, not a guy you like to face to lead off an inning.
And a 4-pitch walk. So,
yeah, now for Morgantown, I think it's just mainly about getting guys loose, getting them ready to go.
Yeah, as soon as that 4-pitch walk, as soon as that fourth ball came in, so Judd Messerly start going back down to the bullpen.
I mean, you hope he can get you through at least 3 innings.
J.J. Pavanelli, big, long fly ball to left field. That's going to hook and hit off the wall in foul territory.
I mean, it would have been foul anyway, but wow, Pavanelli put a shot into that one, didn't he?
The ball came back and stopped in a wet part of left field.
Yeah, we haven't seen one like that, so out of this lineup really too often.
A few feet to the right and a few feet further, and that's a home run. Now the 0-1 comes in for a strike. Pavanelli watches it come across.
If he straightens that one out and gets it over the wall, I mean, that's really going to take the momentum, any sort of momentum away from Morgantown.
Pavanelli just a little bit takes the bat off the shoulder on 0-2, but the ball comes in a little low on the breaking ball. Big sweeping curveball from Millick.
Yeah, he clearly has good stuff, just hasn't had it today.
1-2, called strike 3. Pavanelli knew it.
Tough at bat there for JJ. He crushed the ball to left. It was foul, though. And then probably takes a pitch that he honestly might have wanted to swing at, and then he ends up going down there on a nasty breaking ball.
Braden Oviedo will take a big cut, but missed the first pitch of his second at-bat. Oviedo got the run started for post 14 last inning, 2 RBI single, and he's going to hit this one on the ground to start this one. Third baseman tosses it underhand and wide of second base. Tried to just rush it, did Dylan Travinsky.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right idea to toss underhand to your second baseman, but tossed it too hard and too far out of reach and into right field eventually. So what could have at least been one out. Probably only going to get one there, I would think. Oviedo's got good speed, and it was hit well enough that you like his chances to reach on the fielder's choice. But now there's 2 on and just 1 out.
Landon Sifford will take ball 1, start this one. Drew a walk last time.
Yeah, Sifford found a way on. So that was good to see after, like we said, a kind of a tough championship round of the area tournament for him.
He's going to hit a very high but shallow fly ball in the right field, and be Gabe Templeton under it for the second out.
Alter had a great hit his last time down that right field line, so if he could do something similar, it would probably score at least 1, maybe even 2 here with the speed on the base paths.
Now batting number 14, the right fielder, Christian Alter.
Even with some of his recent struggles, I mean, Sifford's still batting above 300 at 368 heading into the game. Got 11 RBIs on the year.
Christian Alter pops one up in foul territory and out of play. Christian Alter had a double just off the glove of first baseman in his first at-bat. So 2 more base runners in this inning so far for Post 14, trying to add on to their 4-1 lead. Alter will take ball 1. Cam Moore at second, Oviedo at first. Strike 2. Outside part of the plate. Alter takes another one. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Millett can get out of a jam without any runs allowed here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yes, he does. Lets 2 runners get on base, but his third strikeout ends the inning. Post 14 will go scoreless in the top of the second, and it'll stay a 4-1 lead for them. Take a 60-second break and come back with more American Legion baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
Drew, hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
Bottom of the second inning on Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10, brought to you by Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. No runs in the top of the second for Post 14. Can't extend their 3-run lead. So Morgantown, Post 2, will have another chance to cut into the lead. Here in the bottom of the second. Day 1 of the West Virginia American Legion State Tournament. Connor Chansey will wind and fire. First pitch into Dylan Travinsky for strike 1. So far today, we started off with a scoreless game in the extra innings and then a 1-0 win for Bridgeport Post 68, as this is going to be a ball hit into the gap by Travinsky. He's going to have a double. See if he stays at second base. Yes, he will. He'll stand up there with a leadoff double for Morgantown Post 2.
I mean, when you win 17 straight games, there's a reason for it, obviously. And Post 2 there with
second baseman, number 2, Jet Walter.
A big double. You know, just keeping yourself alive. You're down 4-1, but you know, you like the offense there for Morgantown and the fight that they've shown.
Brings up the second baseman, Jet Walters. He'll have a chance with a runner in scoring position and no outs. Takes ball 1.
And of course, with it being the state tournament, there is no reason to not really show fight. I mean, everybody's here and wanting to win a state championship, punch their ticket to the regionals.
1-0 pitch from Chansey comes in low for ball 2. As I mentioned, Bridgeport won the first game of today, 1-0 in 8 innings over Potomac Valley Post 64. 1-hit shutout from their starter, and then South Charleston followed it up with another 1-hit shutout. 6-0 win over Wellsburg Post 34, and a 5-3 win for Charleston over Wheeling. Now we end the day with Post 14 against Post 2.
thought it was 6-3. I could be misremembering.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. 6-3. That run that came across after the weather delay.
Yeah.
Forgot about it. 3-0 count now to Walters. Chansey throws and gets the first strike of the at-bat across.
So, I mean, overall, your least competitive game was 6-0, and that game was pretty close early through, I believe, the first 3 innings or so. So we've had, really good baseball throughout the entire day, and that's what you expect.
Foul ball from Walters. If I remember correctly, it was 1-0 until the 4th inning, and then a 4-run inning from South Charleston to make it 5-0 as they finally got to the starter. We've been here for all of it, and we'll still be here for the rest of it. Tomorrow all the way through Monday. Counts back to 3-2. This is a ground ball up the middle, just past the diving glove of J.J. Pavanelli. Travinsky's going to round third, come home. Throws cut off by Gross. Travinsky will score and make it 4-2.
Yeah, like I said earlier today, I was wondering if maybe this would be the game where the offenses really show out. Kind of got that last game in a 6-3, but a lot of scoring early and often. In this one, it's now 4-2. We know the pitchers are obviously very capable of turning this game all of a sudden into a duel between the two of them.
Showing bunt and pulling back is the catcher Max Cash. Now in a 4-2 game, there's a runner on first and no outs.
But I thought also, we did see a few high-scoring games between these two teams, and that was Woodbat. So I was like, it might change completely. We know these lineups are pretty deep. Hornets got an early 4-0 lead. Now it's a 4-2 game.
And now getting the bunt down is Cash, coming in from third base to throw it to first. For the out is Braden Oviedo. The runner does advance.
Yeah, good baseball there. You get your bunt down, both ends. Oviedo to take charge there, knowing that was kind of, it's maybe more of a chancy ball. It's just an easier play for a third baseman to charge in and make a good throw than a pitcher to come off that mound and make an accurate throw. So, for Morgantown, they put themselves in a good position to possibly make it a one-run game.
Yep, still one out with the runner on second. First pitch to Gabe Templeton will be a ball. So right fielder, number 7, to round out the lineup for Morgantown post 2. Chansey looks back and now throws. And that's going to be taken for ball 2. Winner of this game will take on South Charleston. Loser of this game will take on Wellsburg. A loser's bracket game is tomorrow at 1. The winners play again at 7 o'clock tomorrow. There's strike 1.
Yeah, should be some interesting matchups tomorrow.
2-1 from Chansey. Comes across for strike 2. 10 a.m. tomorrow will be Potomac Valley post 64 against Wheeling. Losers bracket game, an elimination game. 1 o'clock will be Wellsburg versus the loser of this game.
Yeah, kind of crazy that one of those teams will be done.
Foul ball.
Probably 1 o'clock tomorrow. With the way Post 64 ended their area tournament against Post 14 and the way Wheeling just played all year. I mean, being a 24-win team, you definitely like their chances to go far, but Post 64 won't be an easy out with how electric their offense can be.
2-2 from Chansey's low and outside. 4 o'clock game tomorrow will be a winner's bracket game. Bridgeport versus Charleston, followed by the other winner's bracket game, South Charleston. And they'll await the winner of this one. Full count pitch coming. Here it is. outside for ball 4.
I'll come out and speak with Connor now with 2 guys on. Just 1 out. He has been a little shaky. Like I said, it definitely has been a while since Chancey has pitched. So I do wonder how fresh his arm is, number 1, how long he is scheduled to go in this one. Does he have any sort of limitations? Because I think ideally, if he didn't have the Buber injury, he would have been pitching in this game since he's been their number 1 guy, but also because he's thrown the most recently, and you feel good about Buber in that situation. I mean, obviously Connor's been really good this year as well, so it's not so much a talent thing between him and Buber. It's more so just who's pitched more recently and who's kind of just been your number 1 guy in big games. But it's been a little bit since Chancey's pitched, so I think that's kind of led to this up and down start for him. He certainly has the stuff to get out of it and pitch well, but a little bit of a shaky start. So how does he kind of wheel it back or bring it back in and pitch well against a very tough Morgantown lineup?
Tries to get a breaking ball to catch the outside corner. Can't quite do it. First pitch of Gunnar Riley's second at bat. Back to the top of the order for Morgantown. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
That's why, tune-up game, obviously, such a tough way to lose Buber. I mean, obviously, any way to lose him would have been tough, but you're always going to think that we need to play that one, I mean, yeah, probably.
Strike 1 on the outside, or strike 2.
But Chancey threw the second most innings for this team, 24 2/3. 9 earned runs. His numbers have actually been better than Buber's overall, believe it or not. So 2.554, but a little bit less innings.
1-2, and he got him. Got him to swing through the breaking ball for strike 3. Chancey's first strikeout.
I mean, Buber's thrown 2 more starts and 7 more innings, so kind of tough to compare, but Buber's been really good in his 31 1/3, 3.351, so.
That's the second out. Brings up second hitter in the lineup for his second at-bat.
And again, a guy we're not even mentioning when I was talking about who they could start, Grant Henderson. I mean, he went 20 innings this year.
He's not listed on the roster that they have for
That's
today.
True. Yeah, I don't know then if he'd even be eligible.
Wenkai Campbell up 1-0, and there's a 2-0 after another ball inside.
But Henderson, I mean, he only had a 2.8 ERA on this team, so he really stepped up for them as a younger guy on the squad, so a little bit surprised. Maybe it was like a versatility thing. Didn't feel like you could use Henderson in the field as much.
Campbell diving for it is Gross. He's going to throw it over to first to Chancey, but not going to be in time. A diving stop of the ball to make sure it didn't at least roll into right field by Gross. So infield single for Wenkai Campbell. Loads the bases. Gross made that nice play to, at the very least, make sure that the run wouldn't be able to come across from second all the way to home. But Chancey wasn't going to be able to get there in time to make the out. Here comes Cody Thomas with the bases loaded. He's going to take a big swing and a miss, chasing one that he knows he shouldn't have swung at to make it 0-1. Chancey steps off the mound. Now heel ready again. The 0-1. Thomas launches this to left field. Going back for it is Cole Lewis, but he's going to watch it sail over the wall for a 3-run home run. for Morgantown, post 2, to retake the lead take the lead for the first time in this one. 5-4.
Yeah, it feels weird not saying retake the lead when you're talking about a Morgantown team that's won, like I said, I believe 17 straight coming in. Their only losses in the state of West Virginia are to this Berkeley post 14 team, but it jumped all over that pitch, deep left, and now it comes down to how long can Chansey give you? Because now you're down a run. You're going to need, I think Jake Blosser's going to the pen, so.
Montague will foul off the first pitch. Oh, I have to correct myself, Nick. That was a grand slam.
Right, yeah. It was a shot. It definitely was, yeah. The bases were loaded there. I didn't realize you said 3-run home run, but yeah. It was a lot. And now it's
6-4.
6-4 game, yeah. So, I mean, that's just a big blast there.
Connor Chansey working with the bases empty now, at least. This is a long, high fly ball, but it looks like Jordan Canby will be able to get under it. And he will make the catch for out number 3. A grand slam by Cody Thomas puts post 2 up 6-4. We go to the third inning and take a 60-second break. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces Walk-In Wednesdays. The Human Resources Department at the WVU Medicine Corporate Center in Martinsburg will host Walk-In Wednesdays every Wednesday in July. A WVU recruiter will be on site 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to answer questions about positions available and assist those who submit applications via Workday. The WVU Medicine Corporate Center is located at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Stop by to learn why employees who work here thrive here.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Move to the third inning. Morgantown retaking the lead, or taking the lead for the first time, I should say. 6-4 after the Cody Thomas grand slam. Top of the third inning is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to count Morgantown out, I should say, with an early 4-0 lead, but everything was going the Hornets' way in that top half of the inning. You ended up giving up 1 in the bottom, but you felt still pretty good. But then that grand slam, now it's a 6-4 game.
Cole Lewis will foul off the 0-1.
And obviously, you know, again, it's far from over now at this point as well, and these two teams can go back and forth. But with the way this offense at times has struggled this year, 4 runs against a Morgantown team felt like possibly enough. I mean, with your pitching being good enough, and we know that, yeah, Chansey's been great, so it's been a little bit difficult for Post 14 to score consistently throughout all 9 guys in the lineup. So, you know, Morgantown now being down 2, it could be tough for the Hornets to come back, even though it is so early in the game and it's only a 2-run deficit.
Cole Lewis will swing and miss, drop third strike, throw down to first by Cash. Is made in time.
I guess I should say more so the offense doesn't have a ton of power. It doesn't necessarily, when you look at the total numbers, struggled is probably a stretch because, I mean, they have 190 runs in 28 games. So
Owen Rupenthal will look at ball one to start the set.
About 7 runs a game, so I mean they're doing all right offensively, but.
And he'll foul off the second pitch, 1-1.
But you only have 1 home run, so it feels like maybe at times it's not easy for this team to get to those 7 runs, I guess I should say.
Tristan Millick did settle in a bit after that first inning. Ball 2 now.
Yeah,
let 2 runners get on in the second inning, but one of those was on an error. And now ball 3 as Rubenthal checks his swing, but didn't go around. And 3-1, also outside. Rubenthal draws a walk here with 1 out.
1 out walk, obviously good, and Berkeley Post 14 here, bottom of the order. We talked about earlier Gross's abilities to get on base. Rubenthal there draws the walk, so you have a shot to get it back to Jordan Canby here, which is kind of crazy that we're already.
He's going to ground this one. Jet Gross. Double play. 6-4-3. Goes down the Hornets. So, only 3 batters faced for Millick after recovering from that 4-run first inning. Post 14 now trails 6-4 with Morgantown coming back up to bat. Try to extend their lead. Take a 60-second break and be back with more American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Caleb Cottle will lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning here from P.O. Faulkner Park. 6-4 lead from Morgantown Post 2. First time that they've come to bat with the lead in this one. They're putting up 5 in the bottom of the 2nd. Connor Chansey will start this inning off. First pitch, ground ball over to Pavanelli at shortstop. Throw over to Gross for out #1. Bottom of the 3rd brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered.
Now batting the third baseman.
1 pitch, 1 out for Connor Chansey, who could really use a get-right inning.
Yeah, at the very least, I think you're hoping Chansey can keep it at a 2-run game. See how many innings you can get out of him. And even though it isn't the outing that he wanted or this team wanted, you're still very much in the game. So you got to move on from the early lead that you had and try to refocus. And that's the tough thing about baseball. You know, things can change with just a few pitches. So
Dylan Travinsky.
The mental part of the game is really the challenge.
Fouls off the first pitch and watches the second one go past the glove of Sifford to the backstop. 1-1. He doubled in his first at-bat last inning. And another one very outside. Sifford having to go after that one.
And the other thing that's probably a little weird for Post 14, since this is their home stadium, is they're the away team in this game, so you're not going to hit last.
Ball 3, pretty much missing in the same spot on the last 3 pitches for Chansey. That was his 53rd pitch, just 1 out into the 3rd inning. 54th, actually. And here's 55. It's going to be hit high in the center field, going over towards right center, and Jordan Canby ranges over and makes the play.
So I thought I saw again Blosser was warming. I do believe. I can't.
There's definitely action in the bullpen.
But hey, with 2 outs here, you're not going to pull Chansey yet.
I think you're right. That is Blosser. Here's a ground ball in the first pitch of this at bat. Sliding forward, playing it is Cam Moore. Able to gather it, throw it to first for the 3rd out. So, Connor Chansey, a little bit of control issues, but he does end up getting it to be a 1-2-3 inning. And boy, did he need it. Just like that, go to the top of the 4th. Berkeley post 14. Try to cut into the 6-4 lead for Morgantown. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
We move to the top of the 4th, brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Company. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. Connor Chansey gets a much-needed 1-2-3 inning to send Post 14 back up to the plate. Still down by 2 runs after a quick start.
The center fielder, number 7, Jordan Canby.
Yeah, so you're back to your top of your order. If you're the Hornets, you're down by 2. After a rough start on the mound, Morgantown seems to have gotten back some control, but if it all starts, I feel like, is if Canby can get something going here. Cam Moore, we know he's such a tough out, so these guys can start this rally right here, right now, and get back into it and possibly take the lead.
Ball 1 after an 0-2 start to Canby.
And since this is already your 3rd time through the lineup, you feel pretty confident that you could see the top of the order again.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner.
Yeah, that's tough. Canby's got to probably swing at that one. It's close enough. But, I mean, hey, good pitch. And if this continues, it might be tough for Berkeley post 14. Again, we talk about averaging around 7 runs per game, but it hasn't been easy 7 runs. What I mean by that is usually they have to really work for it with bunts and walks and stuff like that.
Ball 1 to start Cam Moore's at bat. And then ball 2 inside.
Well, this is good to see from Moore. He gets ahead 2-0. It does feel like you're Dylan, that obviously the momentum's kind of flipped toward Morgantown, and Post 14 needs some sort of big hit to give him a jolt.
Strike 2. And ball 3. And the payoff pitch fouled back by Moore.
That's a tough pitch to foul off from Cam Moore. So, running low and inside, going to be a borderline pitch. And he gets his hands out there and finds a way to get the bat on the ball, keep the at-bat alive. Looked like almost a little bit of a late decision there to swing from Moore to extend the at-bat even more here. Still a 3-2 count.
Another 3-2 is going to be popped up into play. Shallow left field and going back and running and making the play. Cody Thomas.
Looking like an MVP today.
Absolutely. If the game ended right now.
He's had a couple plays there that's short. He had the grand slam, obviously. That play there on the run. I mean, not really necessarily his ball, but when you play shortstop, it's like, hey, if you can get there, it's yours. Usually you're one of your premier defenders, if not your best defender. Pavanelli was a few feet away earlier from that home run, possibly. I mean, just it did hit off the top of the wall and is also foul. So
ball 2 inside to Pavanelli.
Certainly showed the ability at least to go deep or get a big hit, but now with 2 outs, again, you're down 2, so you can't get it all back here on one swing, but something like that would really give, I think, a boost to this team.
Ball 3 outside from Millick. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk here with 2 outs.
It always feels like, especially this summer at least, that 2-out walk leads to a rally. Like, that just feels like a trend in my head here recently. And it extends the inning, gives more opportunities for post 14. Oviedo already has a big hit, a 2 RBI single to get the scoring started earlier. So
80 pitches now. Make it 81.
Yeah, I think Morgantown will definitely have to turn to somebody out of their pen. I know we did have a guy warming earlier,
and now ball 2.
I believe it was
the first 2 pitches to Oviedo.
Mersley or Messerly. It's probably more accurate.
Yes, Judd Messerly.
Yeah, more accurate pronunciation there.
2-0 for Millick. That will not be able to find the outside part.
But Tristan Millick's been pretty impressive considering how this game started with the 4 runs early. If he can get you through, this part of the game.
3-0, make it 3-1. Oviedo reached base with an error his last time up and then had a 2 RBI single in his first at-bat. He will hit a foul ball. Make it 3-2.
Another good at-bat this inning. There's been some quality at-bats, just haven't gotten too many guys on. You do have Pavanelli on those, so if we can extend this inning a little bit.
3-2. Runner goes. Foul territory. Running over for it is Templeton. He was almost able to get there, but not quite.
Yeah. Good hustle. If he gets there, it's a heck of a play in foul territory there, but he was very close. Maybe if he dives, maybe he has a shot at it, but probably just didn't want to do that in the bullpen area.
Millick will shake off his catcher, and we'll get a time.
And it would have been complete, an unreal play if he did make it, even with possibility to dive there. So
3-2. Oviedo runs inside, but he swings at it.
I don't think he wanted to, but
no,
maybe he kind of was protecting himself.
Yeah, he may have just been, ducking out of the way of that one, basically, and it caught the bat.
Happens from time to time, but hey, 3-2 count still.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oviedo goes down to end the inning. Nothing doing in the top of the 4th for Berkeley Post 14. Still trailing 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th after this 60-second break. American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
Connor Chansey will go back to the mound here in the bottom of the fourth. Post 14 still trailing Morgantown, post 2, 6-4. Here in day one of the West Virginia State American Legion Baseball Tournament. Dylan Bishop and Nick Versalini with you here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. It was a 4-run top of the first inning for Berkeley post 14. Morgantown was able to chip away with 1 in the bottom of the first. And then a 5-run inning followed for Morgantown post 2 in the bottom of the second, including a grand slam by shortstop Cody Thomas. And now we come up to the bottom of the fourth. 8-9 one-hitters for Morgantown. Chansey won't be able to find the zone on the first pitch of the inning.
You mentioned Cody Thomas with the grand slam. He's had some good defensive plays as well, so making a big impact on this one. That's it well.
Big hit into left center field, and Canby's going to watch this one bounce off the wall after taking one hop off the grass. So leadoff double for Max Cash to get the inning started for Morgantown.
Yeah, I thought for a second that might have a shot of leaving the park as well, the way Canby was tracking it.
Yeah, I think Canby played it as if he thought it was going to hit off the wall, but it bounced once and then went to the wall instead.
Either way, probably would have been a double, so.
Yeah.
That's a big hit for Morgantown. Again, they can extend this lead, possibly get Chansey out of the game, which, I mean, they've made good contact, so they probably don't mind seeing more of Chansey, but he's overall just kind of had a rough game, and we know he's capable of pitching great against this Morgantown team, but again, this is not the wood bat, so it makes a little bit of a difference. Connor went 7 2/3 against this team, one-hit baseball, so he was unbelievable, but not the case here today.
Ball 2. He's thrown less pitches than you would think, having given up 6 runs. That was only his 60th pitch.
It's been very up and down. He's had his moments where he's looked like the guy we expect him to be.
Ball 3.
And he's had some shaky moments. And I give credit to Morgantown. I mean, they're a really, 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 really good team. 28-win season, 17-game win streak. Post 14 is also very, very good. So you expect these teams to have these kind of matchups where it goes very back and forth. I think the Hornets still have probably a comeback left in them.
Chansey gets the 3-0 pitch across for strike 1. Runner on second, no outs for the number 9 hitter. Templeton will watch ball 4 come in low. Third walk given up by Chansey.
But it does kind of feel like as this game goes on, that 4-0 lead was maybe your best shot to win. And I know that I don't want to count post 14 out, but as the game goes on and Morgantown gets better and better as the game goes on, and they continue to add on to this lead possibly, it's going to feel tough if post 14 doesn't come back.
Gunnar Riley back at the top of the order will try to bunt his way on. Hits off the bat and goes foul, though. I mean, if you think about it, Nick, we saw 4 runs given up by Morgantown in the first inning. I don't imagine that any of these teams have a lot of pitchers that you're going to get 4 runs off of.
No. So the fact that they jumped on that lead early on, you felt really good. And unfortunately for Post 14, it just hasn't gone the same way. But give credit again to Morgantown, a team that is here and I think probably wants to avenge their loss from last year.
Riley hits one high in the left field, but Lewis is going to be under it and make the catch. The runners will have to stay where they are. So a harmless deep fly ball gets the out without advancing any runners. So good news there for Chansey and for Post 14. Brings up Wenkai Campbell.
If Connor can get out of this inning unscathed, it's still been, considering your offensive performance, an okay performance overall, I think. If he can keep it at a 2-run game.
And Campbell, first pitch is going to be a base hit into right field. Alter, as it bounce off his body as he brings it in. There's going to be no play at the plate as Max Cash comes around to score from second to extend Morgantown's lead to 7-4.
Yeah, that runner is going to score, I think, pretty easily, but it did kind of seem like Alter was a little bit hesitant with where he wanted to throw that ball in. Held on to it for a decent amount of time, but and now runners at the corners. It's a 3-run game at 7-4. And Thomas could certainly really bust this one open here in this inning. He's already kind of done that with the grand slam, even though that only gave them a 2-run lead, but now 2 guys on and just 1 out for him.
He drew a walk in his first at-bat as well. So stealing second base, or at least trying to, is Campbell, and he's safe on the throw down by Sifford.
Considering the jump that Campbell got, I was pretty surprised Sifford made it as close as he did.
Yeah, you never know with the runner on third. If you make the throw down, you could always have the runner go for home plate. But Templeton stayed. The runners are on second and third now. The 1-0 count after the ball. And this one comes in for a strike. So Cody Thomas officially on the day, 1 for 1 with the grand slam. They'll try to tackle on 2 more RBIs at the very least. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-1. Here's a deep fly ball to center field. Canby going back on it. He's under it. He makes the play, but it's going to be deep enough to score the run on the sac fly. Make it a 5 RBI day for Cody Thomas. And now it's 8-4. Morgantown, Post 2.
Yeah. Thomas has had, again, just a great day. Finding a way to get runs across, whether it be the long ball there earlier in the game. I should say the long ball earlier in the game, but the fly ball there to score the run on the sacrifice. Just very effective hitter at the plate. And like I said, his defense has been very good as well. So,
ball 1 to Tommy Montague.
If things hold, he'll be the first non-pitcher to win a player of the game for us today. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, he would be.
Who knows?
I believe, Nick, I'm doing the math right in my head, this game has already outscored the other 3 combined. I believe we had 11 runs combined in the first 3 games. No, I'm wrong about that. I think it outscored 2 of them combined. We had a 1-0 game, a 6-0 game, and a 6-3 game. Yeah. So a little off on my math there.
A little off, but we're getting there.
We are. We're on our way if the things keep up. 2-2 count turns to 3-2 to Montague, who's flown out in both of his at-bats, but had a sacrifice fly RBI in his first.
And don't I kind of expect more out of the former math
Here's
champion.
Another deep fly ball. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Here's another one. Hit out to Jordan Canby for the 3rd out. Or excuse me, yeah, that's for the 3rd out. And still, Morgantown adds on 2 runs. Make it 8-4. That's math that I can do at the very least at this moment. 4 games into the day. Almost 11 hours. Oh, actually, no, 12 hours here at the park. We got here at 8:30. So
it's true.
And with that, we'll take a 60-second break, go to the top of the fifth. It's American Legion Baseball at Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Our bottom of the fourth that we just had was brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can go to fordofhagerstown.com. It brings us to the top of the fifth. Brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. Just in case he doesn't come back up to bat again, it was Tommy Monteague that flew out to end the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Landon Sifford to start the top of the fifth. And he'll take strike 2 as well. Sifford drew a walk and flew out to right field in his 2 at-bats. Oh. And he'll watch one go right by his face for ball 1.
Yeah, lucky that one didn't hit him because it was coming in hot.
Ground ball over towards third base. Throw one by Travinsky. And coming off the base is Cottle, but he grabs it and makes the tag on Sifford before he gets to first.
Impressive
1 out.
Play there by the first baseman. I thought Sifford, one, was maybe going to be able to duck underneath the tag, and then secondly, I thought with the throw that it was going to get past the first baseman. But
and we had a play like that in the area tournament where I believe it was Jet Gross for post 14 making it and trying to make the tag on a runner, but didn't make the tag in time. Either that or just missed the tag.
We'll see what Alter's got here.
Yep, Christian Alter watches 2 balls come in on the first 2 pitches of his at-bat. He had a double in the first inning and a strikeout swinging in the second. 2-0 from Millick is a strike.
Yeah, Alter's double earlier. Again, it was a really impressive hit down that first base line.
Alter pops one up. Shallow center. Gunnar Riley runs in for it, makes the play for out number 2.
But
95 pitches, make it 96 now after that one for Tristan Millick, who has recovered very well since the 4-run top of the first and hasn't given up a run since.
Yeah, the Hornets offense has just gone cold.
Yep.
It started off very hot, hitting the ball very well, and then...
And another pop-up on the first pitch to Cole Lewis. Thomas is under it. A quick 1-2-3 inning. Hornets go down. Still down by 2 runs. After a 60-second break, it'll be Morgantown, post 2, trying to extend their 8-4 lead. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Connor Chansey is done for the day. His final line, 4 innings, 6 hits, and 3 walks given up. He ends up giving up 8 runs, 7 earned, 1 strikeout. We'll see Jacob Blosser take the mound here in the bottom of the 5th for Berkeley Post 14. Bottom 5 brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Connor Chansey just didn't have his best stuff today, Nick.
Yeah, but it didn't really go very well for Connor. It was a little shaky. I think part of it was probably his time off. It's been a little bit since he's pitched. And, first game action, you face Morgantown, probably the best team in the state in American Legion baseball. It's not great to have to go through that. So, yeah, it wasn't his best stuff. At times he kept them in the game. It's still only a 4-run game, so if Post 14 could heat up again, they could get back into it. But, yeah, I mean, this one feels like overall a missed opportunity so far because you had an early 4-0 lead. And obviously the game's not over after the top of the first inning, but still you felt really good with Chansey out there on the mound. But he just didn't have his best stuff, and sometimes that happens. Unfortunately for him, it comes here in the state tournament. And, this team still has games left to be played, even if they were to lose. So it's not the end of the world. Blosser, I think, can settle things down a little bit, give you some good innings.
His first 2 pitches out of the bullpen will be balls to Caleb Cottle. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. The 2-0 will be inside. Breaking ball doesn't break enough. 8-4 Morgantown. Bottom of the 5th. 3-0. 4-pitch walk to start things out for Blosser. So leadoff base runner for Post 2. If these results hold, Morgantown would take on South Charleston in the winner's bracket tomorrow at 7. Post 14 would take on Wellsburg in the loser's bracket tomorrow at 1. And flip those results if the lead flips at the end of this game.
Yeah, it'd be quite the comeback, but hey, you never know. In Morgantown, though, they still have a chance to add on.
Ball 1 into Travinsky. And now he will get a bat on this one, but send it foul and out of play. Travinsky had a double in the 2nd inning and then flew out to center in the 3rd. Southpaw Blosser gives a look over to first. Now comes to the plate. And that'll be a ball, 2-1. So 7 pitches so far from Blosser and only 1 in for a strike. The foul ball in this at-bat. And that one won't find the zone either. It's 3-1. Things have gone quiet here at P.O. Faulkner Park. And there's another walk. 2 in a row to start things out for Blosser here in the 5th. And we'll get a mound visit from Coach Sam Walls.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're down 4 if you're Post 14. I think this crowd was hoping for a good win. Obviously, I think Morgantown had a lot of people travel the 3.5 hours, whatever exactly it is, here to Martinsburg. But Hornets just haven't had it with the pitching today. I mean, you did get out to a good start, but offensively you've gone very quiet since that early inning, and now Morgantown threatening here once again to extend this lead, make it that much tougher for the Hornets to come back. So
Jet Walters will come up now. It'll be another lefty versus lefty. So perhaps that came into the decision of having Blosser come in now, but he's been warming up for a couple innings, so maybe not. Jet Walters squaring around the bunt. 2 runners on and no outs. He'll pull it back. He'll come across for strike 1. Infield in at the corners. Pavanelli holding the runner close at second. And there's a ball to even the count at 1-1. No bunt that time. Walters just trying to mess with the strike zone vision of Jacob Blosser. First inning of work. Yet to get an out as he faces his third batter. Swing and a miss by Walters. RBI single and a ground out for Walters so far.
Blosser, I mean, he hasn't thrown a ton of innings, but he was pretty good in the area tournament. So he's a lefty, mixes things up a little bit.
1-2 on the ground to Gross. He dives, makes a play, throws to second, then to throw to first, not in time and wide. Run's going to come across or try to score, and Sifford can't get the tag, just a little short of tagging out Cottle at the plate. So they get 1 out, but Morgantown gets 1 run on the wide throw after the fielder's choice. Nine to 4, Morgantown now leads, and I think Tripp is coming out here. Coach Tobin maybe trying to call for some interference on part of this play.
Yeah, that would make the most sense here, I would guess, because the runner is clearly safe at home. So could be some sort of interference, I suppose.
Home plate umpire will at least come out and convene with the other umpires.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe something gets overturned here. Helps the Hornets out a little, but I don't think it will. It doesn't look like it.
Yep. So nothing doing there.
Yeah, but you gotta try if you're manager Tobin, especially if you want to keep your team kind of in the game and within striking distance. While obviously, again, not over till that final out. More runs that get put across, the tougher it will be to come back.
There's a ball.
Somewhat close there to get that double play, but just throw was offline. Blosser wasn't there in time anyway.
Max Cash stepping in. Another ball. 2-0.
The Hornets haven't really had it on the mound. I mean, Chansey was up and down. Blosser so far has been kind of shaky.
Max Cash, sack bunt in his first at-bat and a double in his second. Eventually came around to score that time. And he'll cut through the 2-0 for strike 1.
You look at Blosser so far, just 6 innings for the Hornets. I mean, he came up a little bit later as the guy that moved in here to the area probably more than halfway through the season.
This will bounce for ball 3. Blosser is just yet to find any sort of control. Been able to get 1 out and give up 1 run.
Coming into the game, he had only allowed 3 earned in his 6 innings, so 3.5 ERA.
Cash will line this one in the center field. Canby's going to have a beat on it. make the play, tries to double up the runner at first. He's not going to be able to. But he does get the second out.
Opposed to maybe post 14 today, it feels like almost everything Morgantown's hitting has been well struck. Good power behind it, even if it's been right at somebody. Feels like they're really squaring up the baseball. And post 14 hasn't necessarily had that, especially since early in the game. So, see some of the differences in the offenses here today.
Foul ball in the first pitch by Templeton. So Blosser has at least gotten it to 2 outs here. And you would say if it weren't for a throwing error, there would still be a runner on third, and he wouldn't have given up any runs yet. Now he has an 0-1 count here. Ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately probably should have just held on to that one on the double play attempts, but you're trying to get out of the inning there, possibly, or I guess at that point it might have just been to get it to 2 outs, but it would have ended the inning. I think there's only 1 out, or there's already 1 out. So, you're trying to get out of it there, but you make a poor throw and then ends up with a run coming across. But, yeah, I mean, Blosser, again, it's been very little that we've seen, but he seems to have decent stuff. He can eat up some innings. And I think he'll be pretty good for Martinsburg this spring as either a starter or kind of a middle, kind of like an Owen Rubenthal type role, I would think.
And this is down the left field line, but foul, says the home plate umpire.
Kind of guy that you start sometimes, but usually bring him out of the pen and see what he can do for you. 3-4 innings. But I guess it depends on what all they have coming back. But that's not until the spring. Worry about that then.
About, 9 or so months away almost. But putting in work for post 14 now. That ball was almost trouble. Barely foul. I think a runner probably would have been able to score all the way from first.
Yeah, no, that would have been at least scoring
1-2. Bounces in front of Sifford.
I don't think, of course, that the runner's going to come across, or the batter, I should say, going to come across on that, but you never know. Ball might get thrown away or something.
Two. Breaking ball, tried to get it on the outside part of the plate. Went a little wide. So Templeton's been able to work the count back to full. And he has drawn a walk in both of his 2 at-bats. Here's a full count pitch. He's going to hit this one on the ground as the runner goes. Pavanelli will throw it on to first, and they'll get the 3rd out of the inning. So post 2 of Morgantown adds on a run. Extends their lead to 9-4. Post 14 will come up to bat. Only 6 outs to go and 5 runs to make up. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
Morgantown will get their last inning of work, more than likely, here in the top of the 6th, out of their starter, Tristan Millick. Top of the 6th, brought to you by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, 5-run lead for Morgantown over Berkeley Post 14. 9-4. Owen Rupenthal will start things out. 8-9 one-hitters for the Hornets. Taken strike 1 by Rupenthal. And now a taken strike 2. 99 pitches for Tristan Millick. Once he hits 110, whoever he threw that 110th pitch to on another foul ball here, whoever he throws that 110th pitch to will be his last batter faced. Rupenthal has drawn 2 walks and 2 at-bats. 4 innings of work for Millick so far. 3 hits, 7 walks. Ball 1 comes in. 6 strikeouts, though, only getting up those 4 runs from the first inning.
Yeah, you didn't think you'd be here, right?
Right, swing and miss, strike 3.
We were
Make
saying,
it 7 strikeouts.
We were saying, when are they going to take Millick out? You know, it was getting kind of shaky early, but hey, he got the ship back on the right course, and he's pitched really well overall. I mean, it's been pretty impressive. Like we said, Thomas is probably going to be our player of the game if Morgantown holds on to win, but Millick's making a case. I mean, even with the 4 runs given up, which is kind of crazy to say. But he turned it around in a big way. He kept his team in the game.
Ground ball to shortstop. Cody Thomas fires over and makes the play for a second out.
But overall, I think it comes down to the offense winning the game here for Morgantown if they are able to win, more so than the pitching. But, hey, Millick, the way he settled in and slowed this team down, because it looked like Hornets were in the cruise.
After the Jet Gross ground out, Jordan Canby comes up for his 4th at-bat.
He comes with 2 outs here, so you would have hoped to get back to the top of the order with less than 2 outs, obviously.
First pitch is a ball.
Depending on how things go now, even if you give up a few hits here and there, you could face maybe the bottom with just 3 outs left, so we'll see.
Strike 1.
Obviously, you probably would prefer that situation if you're Berkeley Post 14, because that most likely means you're only down 2 or 3.
Foul ball. That's pitch 108 from Millick.
But
so if Canby doesn't put this ball into play, he'll be the last batter Millick faces. Strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Millick right at 109 pitches. So he can come up for one more batter in the top of the 7th. We'll see if he does.
Probably won't.
Right, at 109 pitches.
But we'll see. He could.
Good. Either that, it'll either be that, or Morgantown will just send their closer right out. There is guys warming up in the bullpen. But before that, we'll move to the bottom of the 6th, and Morgantown will have one last chance to extend their lead past 5.
Try to avoid the closer, maybe even. That'd be kind of crazy, but you never know.
9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th after this 60-second break. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Bottom of the 6th, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Morgantown post 2 with a 5-run lead, has one last chance to extend it before we go to the top of the 7th. See if they can close it out.
Leading off the bottom half of the 6th inning for Morgantown, the center fielder number 3, Gunnar.
It's going to be the top of the lineup with a chance to do it. Gunnar Riley takes 2 balls on the first 2 pitches he sees. Riley started off the first inning, getting on with an error, struck out in the second, and flew out in the 4th. And make it 3 straight outside of the zone to start off the inning for Blosser, who had a similar start to his first inning of work, but then recovered well. Only gave up 1 run, which came in because of an error. Strike 1.
Yeah, Blosser doing what he can to keep it close, but overall, post 14's just gone completely quiet since early.
And there's ball 4, so leadoff base runner for Morgantown. I suppose you could say the run still would have came in for post 2 last inning because Max Cash did fly out in the after that fielder's choice and would have been a sacrifice
most likely,
fly.
right.
So,
but hey, I mean,
still 1 run in the end, wasn't too bad. But every run matters here when you have so many to make up now. Ball 1 into Wenkai Campbell.
I mean, I guess technically the error, I'm guessing, is what you're referring to is on the double play attempt, right? So
yes.
That would have ended the inning. Hypothetically,
that was with
if
no
there was
outs.
no error.
That was
I'm
with
sorry.
no outs.
Yeah, you're right. I thought there was 1 for some reason, but
ball 2. I think you said that earlier, and I didn't correct you on it. So
yeah, it happens.
I'm an enabler. Sorry.
It's okay, Dylan. I'll allow it for now.
Swing and a miss on the 2-0.
It's been a lot of baseball, so trying to remember exactly what was happening in each situation, I may not recall perfectly.
Yeah, we're going on our 28th inning of baseball we've seen today. And if you've been here all day at P.O. Faulkner, you've seen the same. 3-1 count now.
Yeah, this is by far the best innings of baseball that I've watched consistently. So,
yeah, consistently and consecutively. We'll get a 29th. You would think with 4 7-inning games, you would only get 28, but we had extras in the 10 a.m. game.
The second or quickest game of the day.
And that's going to drop in for a hit for Campbell. Riley will go from first to third, and then on the throw, Campbell will go to second, and then Oviedo sails the throw to second base, allowing Gunnar Riley to score and Campbell to move to third. So it's 10-4 Morgantown.
Just hold on to the ball. A lot of throwing the ball around there. It almost got even worse.
It just, it's overcompensating, you could say, for trying too hard, overextending when you're down by this much.
21, the shortstop, Cody Thomas.
Cody Thomas comes up 5 RBIs on the day, including himself and 3 others, and the grand slam in the second inning. One-0 count here to Thomas. He'll get this one across for a strike.
Tough situation here. I mean, there's still no outs or runner on third, so Morgantown can extend the lead even more.
Thomas will hit this one foul.
I think overall, though, Post 14 has managed the game the best to their situation because they didn't use too many arms. So, rest of the tournament, they should still be okay in that case. And I don't think, Blosser's only thrown a few innings this year. he probably wasn't going to pitch in like a real close moment unless you needed him to. And that's not a disrespect for him. It's just he hasn't thrown a lot for your team. So it's kind of still hard to judge, I guess, when you can trust him, what really works best with him.
And here's a ball as well.
So you still got plenty of guys to throw the remainder of these games if you're able to go far. So that's point of view. Hornets have a lot of positives in that aspect.
Here's a high fly ball to right field. Alters under it. Makes the catch. The runner will tag and head home. Throw is just a little bit offline and a little late. When Kai Campbell comes across, make it 6 RBIs on now the second straight sac fly by Thomas. Makes it 11-4.
So like you think said at some point about somebody, I don't know if that was today or what, but Thomas could have won the game himself. I think that was in the area tournament.
I think, yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of
Noah
baseball.
Broadwater for Potomac Valley in the game that he pitched and had himself a home run.
Yeah, obviously Thomas didn't pitch, but in terms of runs he drove in more than enough to win right now at this point.
Tommy Monteague comes up. 3 flyouts. One was for a sacrifice fly. One count.
That's a pretty good bat, but he hasn't quite had a chance to show it here today.
So 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th. After the sac fly, strike 2 comes in. Map it out for Berkeley Post 14. If this holds, they'll get Wellsburg tomorrow, which admittedly does, all due respect to them, they do seem like the most outmatched team here, having a 4-9 record on the year, losing 6-0 today to South Charleston. Just went on a Cinderella run as the runner-up to beating Parkersburg in the area tournament for them. And this another one comes in for a ball. 3-2 with 1 out to Monteague. The winner of that game, Wellsburg versus Post 14, would get the loser of Bridgeport and Charleston tomorrow.
Right, and I mean, we're calling it a Cinderella run, but I guess it would have been
really just one
win.
Right.
That's all they, because 2 out of the 3 teams made it. Wheeling beat them twice. Wheeling beat Parkersburg once, so. Yeah, congratulations, obviously, for making it here. I don't want to take away the achievement, but it was really just 1 win.
Right, just putting things into perspective and being realistic and things like that, being objective.
Now, you never know what can happen. It's baseball. They could get that 1 win again tomorrow, and that could eliminate Post 14. As Blosser, I think he's going to be done here, but
yeah, I think he's hit whatever pitch limit they've set for him. That'll be 45.
Yeah.
45
Plus, he's struggling a little bit here, so it just feels like the right time to get I believe, Owen Rupenthal.
Yep, that's Rupenthal coming out from being the designated hitter. We'll take a 30-second break as he warms up. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Chevy Summer Drive event is happening now at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. Right now, get a new 2024 Equinox with 1.9% financing for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. And get up to $3,000 off MSRP. Or check out a new 2024 Silverado 1500 and get up to $6,000 off MSRP. But hurry in, these deals won't last forever. Together, let's drive at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Owen Rupenthal, another lefty, will come in for Berkeley Post 14. Try to get the last 2 outs at the bottom of the 6th. Our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood & Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Day ends for Jacob Blosser. Ends up giving up 3 runs in an inning and a third. 1 hit, 2 walks. So it'll be Rupenthal now. And it's a 3-2 count also. It was in the middle of an at-bat that Jacob Blosser hit 45 pitches, and Trip Tobin came out to give the pull to Blosser that he can be used later in the tournament.
Rupenthal's just like the go-to guy in the weird situations. You know, I think he had something similar in the game against Post 60 at Hedgesville earlier this year, where he came in the middle of an at-bat and it was 3-2, and I think then, of course, I think he came in and then came out, threw that one pitch, and then he came out and then came back in later.
3-2. Monteague checks his swing, hits off the bat. I think that would have ran inside for ball 4 if it didn't hit his bat. Here's the 3-2. It's low for ball 4. So that puts another runner on base. Brings up Caleb Cottle. 0 for 2 with a walk.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Caleb Cottle.
And now it's just, if you're post 14, can you get out of this thing with minimal damage? Like we said, you want to keep your pitchers pretty much all available. Rubenthal is a solid guy to have in your rotation for later in the tournament, or as a bullpen piece more so.
Cottle will take strike 1.
I think we have a runner down there, maybe. 27?
27 is Ethan Dorkins. He's pinch running at first.
And stealing second.
Yep, unopposed. The ball comes in low.
Now running for Morgantown, number 27, Ethan Dorkins.
So a chance to continue to add on to this lead. Just missed on that pitch.
Ball
to
2.
Rubenthal. It looked pretty solid. I mean, maybe a little bit high, but
foul ball on the 2-0 makes it 2-1. And this is going to be hit in the right center field. Canby trying to dive for it, but it's going to fall. Or actually, no, it's not. He did catch that. Wow.
He doubled him up.
Incredible play by Jordan Canby. I could have swore that hit the ground. And they double him up at second base to end the inning.
I knew he made it very, very close, and then I was just waiting for the umpire to officially give it to us, but I thought maybe he did get under it, and he did, and then he doubles him up as well on a diving catch. Like, that's just ridiculous from Jordan Canby out there in center field. So at the very least, Hornets have that highlight to build on from the night, and what's just been a tough night for Berkeley Post 14.
It just seemed like we reached the part of the night where the team that's given up a lot of runs has to come out here and pitch one last time, and it just getting every single out feels like a struggle to get. Jordan Canby, just like that, sends the Hornets up to bat for their last 3 outs. But they do now trail by 7 runs after the 2 runs that Post 2 put up in that one. Take a 60-second break. We'll come to the bottom of the 7th, or excuse me, top of the 7th. It's American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Top of the 7th inning, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Post 14 down to their final 3 outs, trailing 11-4 in their first game of the West Virginia American Legion Baseball State Tournament here that they're hosting at P.O. Faulkner Park. Morgantown has just unleashed offensively.
Did we get any pitcher or Millick stay out there?
We do.
Yeah, I thought so.
I believe that should be Judd Messerly.
Yeah, that's him, 25.
He's been warming up for a good portion of this game when Millick was struggling. 109 pitches for Millick. He ends up going 6 innings after giving up 4 runs in the first inning, so it didn't seem like that was going to be even possible.
And the Hornets didn't get a hit off of him after that first inning. So, shaky start, and I was sitting there like, I don't know, maybe they pull him. Not the case. They stick with their guy, and he delivers an excellent performance and end up putting them in the driver's seat now at 11-4. I mean, obviously, offense helps out in a big way, but
Cam Moore grounds to first base. Going to toss it over. And making the play just barely. Caleb Cottle tossing it over to Messerly. Cam Moore is fast. I'm not sure if Cottle or Messerly just fully realized the speed they were dealing with. Made that a really close play, but Messerly got over there just in time.
Yeah, it was a tough play to be made on both ends because Messerly, like you said, has to beat Cam Moore to the bag. And also the way that ball was hit, it was just kind of a weird chopper over there. So it gave Moore a chance on a ground ball to first base. Good job, good hustle from Messerly to get over there and make that play.
Brings up J.J. Pavanelli, who will have one go nearly at his ankles. He has to dance out of the way of that one. 2-0 start to this at-bat for Messerly. Messerly, 6 foot, 170 pounds. As ball 3 comes in. He will graduate from Morgantown High School next spring, 2025. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk to Pavanelli. Second straight walk for Pavanelli.
Yeah, JJ, I mean, he's had a pretty solid game. But, again, the Hornets have just had a tough day. Oviedo coming to the plate here. And see if he, there's a hit.
Yeah, he sends this one in the right field for a 1-out single. And I was about to mention it before that pitch. That's Berkeley Post 14's first hit since the first inning.
Yeah. I think I might have mentioned it earlier, but good to reinforce it there, Dylan. And I don't know maybe even Oviedo. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oviedo had a 2 RBI single in the first inning.
Right. I was thinking, though, for a second, maybe he had the last hit, but that's not accurate. So, or at least I don't think it is.
Christian Alter. He had the second. Oviedo had the second to last hit.
Yeah. So it had been very, very long time, but it's good to see a hit at least here at the end. Again, you're probably not seeing a comeback, but hey, you never know. We've seen big comebacks at P.O. Faulkner Park.
Foul tip off the mask of the catcher.
Like a 7-6 game from the high school season.
Right. 2 runners on and 1 out for Landon Sifford, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. A swing and a miss by Sifford. And the throw down to first is going to get past Cottle at first. It's going to allow Pavanelli to go from second to third.
But I guess the team that's on the win streak that Morgantown's on, and as well as they've played this year, it'd be pretty shocking. But Post 14 is certainly a team that will fight till the last out. We know that. They rallied back in their game against Post 64 to give themselves a chance in the championship. So we know they won't go down without a fight, but, I mean, it's going to be obviously really tough. If Sifford can get a hit here, though, and keep it to just one out, you never know what could possibly happen.
0-2 to Sifford is going to run in and plunk him. And that'll load the bases. And it'll bring up Christian Alter. RBI double in his first at-bat. But since then, a strikeout and a fly out to center. Still 11-4. 7 runs to make up for Post 14. They've got potentially 3 of those on the bags right now to try to get about halfway there. Ball 1. To start the at-bat to Alter. They only have 2 outs to work with, though. Alter, line drive, base hit up the middle to the center field. 1 run is going to score, and the ball bounces off the glove of the center fielder. Oviedo was going to get held up at third, but now he'll come across.
Yeah, a little bit of fight here from Berkeley Post 14. Make it a 5-run game. At least making it, somewhat respectable here after overall a pretty tough game throughout. But, yeah, I mean, they got to the pitching change. So you're down 5. You have 2 guys on. There's still just 1 out. We'll see.
11-6. Runners on first and second. A bunt from Cole Lewis is popped up and caught by Max Cash, and the runners ran on the pitch. So Alter's going to get doubled up at first, and that's your ball game.
Not how you had it ending. I'm a little surprised they bunt there. It's already 1 out. I guess maybe trying to catch the defense off guard.
Yeah.
Lewis has the speed to possibly get the first, so it may be a little bit of an interesting call, but definitely not the worst call, and obviously that's not what lost you to the game when it's 11-6, but tough way to end it. Because it did kind of feel like maybe the momentum was starting to go in the Hornets' way, but hey, these 2 teams gave you some good games, some good runs at least. Not a super competitive game here today, but they might meet again. I wouldn't be super shocked. But Dylan, go ahead and, I guess, wrap this one up. Give us some stats, some things to think about with tomorrow's games, and we'll get out of here. I'll give you a player of the game whenever you're ready.
Yep, we'll roll right into the Palace Lounge post-game show. The Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Game summary, 11-6 is your final score. 4-run top of the first from Berkeley Post 14. Morgantown answers with 6 runs in the first 2 innings to take the lead back, and they never gave it back. Grand slam from Cody Thomas gave them the lead, and they added on insurance from there. 11-6 is your final score. It's 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Berkeley Post 14. For Morgantown, it's 11 runs on, I believe, 7 hits for them, and 1 error for Post 2. It's your game summary brought to you by the Mangiaforti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. And some game stats for Berkeley Post 14. They do get 3 RBIs from Christian Alter and 2 from Braden Oviedo, 1 from Jet Gross. Pitching-wise, they get 4 innings out of Connor Chansey. He gives up 8 runs, 7 earned. Jacob Blosser gives up 3 runs, and Owen Rubenthal gets 2 outs without giving up a run. On the Morgantown side, they get 6 innings out of starting pitcher Tristan Millick. He gave up 7 walks and 3 hits. Struck out 7, though. Only gave up those 4 first-inning runs in the end. And then they get the closeout by Judd Messerly in the 7th. It's a 6 RBI day for Cody Thomas. He ends up having a great day. 2 sacrifice flies that end up in 2 RBIs, a walk, and a grand slam. They also get an RBI from Tommy Monteague and Jet Walters. That's your game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. And our player of the game brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. Nick, do we have our first non-pitcher player of the game?
Yeah, we do. Thomas, Millick is definitely a great runner-up for player of the game or honorable mention. But Thomas with 6 RBIs, and just the way that final stat line reads of a 1-for-1 with 6 RBIs is kind of funny. So I like that as well. The grand slam put him up, though. It got him all the momentum on Morgantown's side, and from that moment, it felt like the game was kind of out of reach, even though it was just a 2-run game at that point. So, yeah, Thomas has to get it, and shout out him, and shout out the pitching as well. But yeah, it's got to be Thomas, I think, with that grand slam. You don't see grand slams very often.
Yeah, you're right, and that'll wrap things up. An 11-6 victory for Morgantown. Give you one last rundown of tomorrow's lineup. 10 a.m. It'll be Wheeling, post 1, versus Potomac Valley, post 64. Followed by that at 1 o'clock, it'll be post 14, Berkeley Hornets against Wellsburg, post 34. Both of those games will be elimination games. Then the winner's bracket at 4 o'clock, Bridgeport, post 68 versus Charleston, post 65. And the nightcap, South Charleston, post 94 against Morgantown, post 2, 7 o'clock. With that, we'll wrap things up from P.O. Faulkner Park. Day 1 of the West Virginia State American Legion Baseball Tournament. Be back again tomorrow with more American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. For Nick Verzolini, I'm Dylan Bishop. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Thursday night.
You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.